let's talk about
Let's do it.
if.
Let's, please.
I'm an if. Get it? Imaginary friend. Our kids grew up, so we need new ones. You could save all of us.
This Steve guy's in it, and you get to hang out with him. And I think you're very clever because I've seen every single blooper reel from The Office.
Yes.
Do us any good. Jim, come here. No, what? You gotta hold it together, okay, man?
I don't think you could be in the same frame as him anymore.
Wow.
Because you will.
You just shot down my professionalism like this.
Have you rewatched them lately? The double hand.
All right. See? Just the noise you made when you stood up. I could do.
There are ones where you laugh so hard you have to put your cheeks down.
Yes. Wow, so you really studied it. The one where I think my favorite one is, and I've talked about this, is the Santa Claus one.
Well, what did you think was going to happen here?
Is the only time in the career of The Office that the cameraman, Matt Sohn, a wonderful human, got the camera, and I whispered to him, "Do not come to me," because it was going to end with Jim's reaction, as it always does. And I was like, "I will not be there for you." And sure enough, he swung over, and it was just, there was no one. I was on the floor, and then another time I had left the stage, which is professionalism.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm full of it. The line I love is, "Little car pull together."
Yeah.
We'll carpool together.
Brutal. The man's too funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord, I was just telling you guys, has it been years? Years. I'm glad we're getting it.
But what's amazing about If is that this is an original IP. This is your idea.
Yes.
What if I told you imaginary friends are real? And when their kids grow up, they're forgotten.
This is a brave new world, it feels like.
It is a brave new world, yeah.
Are any of them scary?
Worse. Desperate.
How does it feel to be creating something like this? What is the origin story of If?
The origin story is 150% my kids. I've always wanted to do a movie for my kids, and I wasn't sure what I would do. And I had spent countless hours standing in a doorway watching my daughters go to this magical world that as us parents are not invited to.
Nope.
And Emily and I just marveled at the level of joy that was on their face, but also the authenticity of where they were going. They were like their truest version of themselves. It wasn't like they thought it was funny. They were very clearly talking to a tree or whatever.
And it was so cheap.
It was so cheap.
Yeah.
Imagination is so cheap.
Yeah.
And you don't get cut with the plastic boxes. But then I thought, and then the pandemic hit, and genuinely, I saw my kids, for the first time ever, I saw their lights dim, and they started playing fewer and fewer imaginary games, and then they started asking big questions like, are we going to be okay? And I thought, hang on a second, this magical world that you're going to, let's focus on that. And anytime you are having a bad day, there's always a world that you can go back to, and there's always a friend that's got your back.
And fast forward to you, as your child's childhood friend, a pink, I want to say dinosaur, but it's not a dinosaur.
It's an alligator.
It's an alligator.
Yes, named Ali.
Great name. And you are Ali.
Yep.
That's a surreal experience.
It was very surreal, yeah.
And your daughter was like, this is normal.
Yeah, well, luckily I had brought her through the process. It was a long process because it went from, I think Daddy's an accountant, because they had no idea what I was doing, because they hadn't seen Jack Ryan or Quiet Place or even The Office, to be honest. But they had heard the word office, so I think office plus where does he go every day? Oh, he must be an accountant. And then it went to, I'm going to tell you that I'm making a movie for you guys and it's about this. And I pitched them the idea, and then I showed them the terrible drawings. I'm a horrible artist. I did terrible drawings as I was writing the script. So they were in from that go. So by the time they got to set, they really felt like they were involved, which I got to say was the most moving thing. It wasn't that like shy arriving on set, which I thought they would do, you know, hide behind Emily and be like, oh my God, this is so crazy. Instead, they were like, yeah, and where's Ali? And this isn't quite how I imagined it, and blah, blah, blah.
She's a little bigger.
Exactly.
Can we make her pinker in post?
That's exactly right.
Excellent.
Yeah. And when the trailer came out, they both said, are ifs in it? And I said, yes.
Don't worry.
I'm not going to ask you again. Put some pants on. You're freaking everyone out.
Pants.
And then they started talking about who had better screen time in the trailer.
God, they are the kids of actors, aren't they? They are though, aren't they? But I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it. That is a pretty silly position to be in.
Yep.
You're a pink alligator.
Yep.
But you've also played some of the aliens in A Quiet Place.
True. Which was sillier?
Well, yeah. What would you say?
I would say that one of them makes me look less bad. Holding a pink alligator looks fun and like a great dad. Me in a way too skin-tight motion capture suit going with a giant beard is embarrassing. It's embarrassing that I just did it on camera again. You got me to do the one thing I said I would never do again.
Excellent.
We must burn the tapes.
Excellent.
There's no tapes? What?
This is all just
This is
improv.
live streamed?
That's right.
Oh my God.
This is currently being projected on the side of the House of
There
Parliament.
goes my career.
Hooray!
Wait, don't celebrate it.
Well, I'm obviously joking. But tell me, did you feel silly wearing the Fantastic Four thing, or was that CGI?
CGI.
And the smartest man alive, Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four.
Hello, Stephen.
Fantastic Four. Didn't you guys chart in the 60s?
Yeah. No, I just get nervous that Marvel's gonna like blow dart me to be like, you're not supposed to.
But even saying that feels like
I know. Did you see that? I literally shuddered.
I have children of my own. I understand your pain.
Is their mother still alive?
Yes.
Good. There will be someone left to raise them.
I grabbed my pearls. I clutched my pearls. Oh my God.
But there's a line in A Quiet Place which is just staggeringly beautiful, and it isn't even said out loud. It's, and I'm going to get this exactly right, I have always loved you.
Yes.
What is it like looking back on a line like that? That must have been an incredibly emotional day.
It was an insanely emotional day. Yeah, and I think the truth is you have an idea like that for a line, and then you get to the day that you're actually saying it, and you're like, my God, I hope it's as good as we think it is. And I will give all the credit in the world to Millie on that one, because when you cut to her face watching me say that, I was like, oh, good, you made me a better actor, because look how good she is in that scene. No, that was, to be really honest with you, that was the line that made me write and direct the movie. That was the idea to rewrite the script and direct it, was all because if I could write that line and basically, like I've said before, but be a love letter to my kids.
I think you like your kids.
I do like my kids.
I think you're a fan.
Yeah, their names are. You can look it up. Look it up. It's fine.
Yeah, it's somewhere here. What about lines that you didn't necessarily sign that have stayed with you? Not just because you get shouted them in the street, but are there certain lines that you've said that you really are?
That I've said.
That's the thing. I love that.
It's not really in my DNA to be like, you know what I love?
Mm-hmm.
You know where I was amazing?
I've got to tell
That's
you.
just for breakfast with my family.
Dream
Guys,
Girls.
good morning. You know where I was amazing?
Have you seen The Holiday? It's my
Oh,
film.
nice pull.
Thank you, sir. Thank
What
you.
line? Can you pull a line from The Holiday?
No.
Okay.
And that is why they pay you the big bucks.
That's great.
Let's try.
It was good.
But no, absolutely not.
Sorry.
You have been in many, many, many things now, including Jack Ryan, which is taking you all over the globe.
Yeah, good to see you, brother. Matisse, this is Dr. Ryan. Matisse. How you doing?
But what mementos have you taken home? What is in your office? Not the office. What's in your office?
I will say I've taken very few things, but the ones that I have taken are very momentous to me. Oddly, I have my nameplate, the Jim Halpert nameplate.
Oh, that's not oddly.
No, but that's amazing. But it's like a small, intricate thing. And then I stole a big honking one, and I think about it all the time because I stole the Dunder Mifflin sign. And when I say stole, we wrapped the show, everyone was crying, perfect distraction, to run over and grab the sign that's like this big that says Dunder Mifflin that we shot so much on.
Here we go. Don't break the branches, Dwight.
And then I did the unthinkable, which was we got to the wrap party, and Greg Daniels, who basically is all of our TV dads, looked at me in his beautiful, sweet way and went, Did you find out who left with the Dunder Mifflin sign? Because that was the only thing I wanted to take from the set. And everything imploded. And I said, no, I don't know where that went. I lied straight to his face.
That's the best line you've ever told.
Thank you.
That's the delivery.
That's it. It was the best performance of my life. And we need to burn the tapes.
Yep.
Still no tapes?
Again.
God.
By the way, I think you've made me an addict to looking at the camera.
Really?
During my interviews, it is so hard for me not to do this. It is so hard.
Look, you know where your cameras are too.
But it's even worse now because I've interviewed you before, and I ended up...
Is this number 4?
Going into your frame.
Oh, that is just greedy.
Yeah, but...
Not even Jim did that.
This is BBC?
I know.
I thought it could be better than this.
That is just, whoa, that's another level. Can you stay out of my... Which one's mine? See, I can't even tell anymore. You're just... Oh, here we are. Great. Oh, no.
Yeah, that's bad.
That is... Oof.
I mean, do you have any tips, or am I an expert?
No, that's horrifying to everyone involved, not involved. People watching this interview are ashamed. You've somehow shamed your audience.
That's always the dream. I'm genuinely blushing. Okay, a few wrap-up questions.
Okay.
What is the most memorable fan interaction you've ever experienced?
Bar none, it was on a night flight from somewhere to somewhere. And we landed around 2 a.m. and this very sweet girl came up and said, I loved watching you on The Office. I said, oh, thank you. And she handed me a note and she ran away. She said, thank you. I said, great. And I opened the note and she said, the note said, sorry to bother you, but just wanted to let you know that my dad passed last week. And the last thing that I get to remember of him, thanks to your show, is him smiling because we watched your show nonstop. I still get emotional talking about it. But that was without a doubt the most beautiful thing. And we talk about it, all of us talk about having very similar interactions. It's not that the show's not funny and lovely and all that. But I think especially during the pandemic, for people to say that it went beyond comedy, that it actually was something that made them feel like a comfort blanket or something. I think that is the reason why we're all so proud of the show.
And proud of all the stuff we do. Like I'm this bloopers obsessive. That's where I got to in 2020. Yeah. I went, right, here we go.
Yeah.
You must get people who accidentally call you Jim though.
Sure. And that's okay.
Is it Jim?
No, see,
no.
But you're a professional. Oh no, don't steal the frame again. Oh God, Kaylee?
Yeah, his agent is out the door. Yeah, kicking the door down. John, thank you.
This was lovely. None of it's usable, but it was lovely.
I believe you. Thousands wouldn't.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon to keep up to date. You can listen to my Radio 1 movies and TV podcast, Screen Time, on BBC Sounds. And you can find these interviews in full on BBC iPlayer by searching Movies with Ali Plumb.